Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday. I'm excited. There are new opportunities I wanted to share with you guys in this video. Chemetics is back. I'm so excited. They have data entry roles, they have data analyst role. I'm such a huge fan of this organization because their requirements tend to be quite attainable. They have a lot of entry levels. Most of these roles are entry levels. So let's dive right in. The first role that they have is a data entry specialist role. You're going to be documenting information in different database. That's really what this role is. With this position, it is a fully remote role. So you are expected to work from home full time, and you are primarily going to be focusing on documentation. You're going to be tracking mail. They will be sent over to you electronically for you to track them in the database. You are going to be making sure that all type of documentation that are being faxed into the organization electronically are tracked. You are also going to be assembling different reports to make sure that you are keeping tabs on different trends. This is really a data entry role. So you're going to be focusing on data analysis. You're going to be focusing on mining some data. You're also going to be distributing information electronically to different departments. That's really what this position is. They are looking for you to have any form of professional experience, like 1 year. As I mentioned before, this is an entry level role. So you are not required to have tons of experience or even required to have any experience at all. The 1 year they're talking about, if you notice, they did box it into professional work experience in a customer service or healthcare environment. So if you have done any form of volunteer work, you are eligible to apply. They want you to be somebody that is able to adapt to situations. They want you to be someone who has strong attention to detail. The salary range is between $40,000 and $51,000 per year. Again, $40,000 to $51,000 per year. That is the salary range. So if you notice with this position, they are not asking for any education requirements. So even if you don't have any type of education, you can still apply for this position and still get it. If you have, I encourage you to include it in your resume. I encourage you to make sure you highlight that. So that's the first position. We're going to move on to the next position. The next position I do want to talk about is the reimbursement specialist role. The reimbursement specialist role is very similar to data entry because you are basically going to be entering information, but focusing on reimbursement type of methodologies. You're going to be making sure that all entries that has to do with payments, that the dollar amounts make sense. So it is data entry, but you're focusing on the dollar amounts. You're focusing on different contracts and requirements that have already been set and put in place, and making sure that the dollar amounts align with those contracts that have been put in place. That's really what this role is. You're going to also be crunching a lot of numbers, and also you're going to be, creating reports. You're going to be sharing those reports with upper leadership. So that is a good exposure as well. They do have an education requirement here. They're asking for high school diploma or GED. And also very similar, they do 1+ years. So even if you in a professional setting, as well as healthcare or medical insurance provider's office, or if you have worked in pharmacy at all, those type of experience will come into play here. And very similar, they are asking for soft skills such as being able to communicate effectively. And they also talk about Excel, Outlook, Word. So from that perspective, you can expect this role to pay a little bit higher. And you are not wrong, because with this position, the salary range is between $45,000 and $60,000 per year. Again, $45,000 and $60,000 per year. It's like a $10,000 difference in terms of the salary bracket. So that is it for this position. We're going to move on to the next one, which is a data analyst role. They're asking for 3 years of data analyst experience. They are calling out some databases like SQL, AWS is here, Tableau is another one, which is very much tied hand in hand with Excel. So with this position, like, you do need to have experience in any of these databases. Sisense is another one. They're also talking about SAS. You have SAS is another one, Access is another one, and so forth. And then they're talking about how you need to have experience working with Microsoft Office, the Excel, PowerPoint, Google Doc. Those are Google Sheets as well, Google Slides. All of these are very pertinent to data analyst roles. With this particular role, from my research, care medics pay quite high for data analysts. The starting is about $65,000, and you can move up to $95,000 per year. So again, the bracket is $65 to $95,000 per year. That is the bracket. That is level one. So level two, which is a higher level, which also means that the salary is going to be higher as well. And you see already from the qualifications, they're asking for 10 years. That is the minimum they're asking for. And now they're actually talking more specifically about the data mining, like I mentioned before. These are all going to be important if you want to go for this level two position. They do have like some baseline. They talk about mathematics. They are asking for a bachelor's degree for this one. This position is open and accepting applications right now. So if you have 10 years experience doing data analysis, you can potentially start earning six figures. So I really encourage people, if data is something that you're good with, definitely explore this career path because you can easily earn over six figures comfortably. Okay. The next position I do have is service desk admin level one, which is very similar to help desk level one. This is an entry level role. And with this position, very similar to the reimbursement specialist, you can easily earn between $45,000 and $60,000 a year. Is really a help desk specialist. That's what this role is. You are going to be doing a lot of IT projects. You're going to be working with a lot of vendors to make sure like systems are working the way they should. And whenever internal people have issues, you are providing technical assistance, you are troubleshooting issues that has to do with computers and so forth. So that's really what this role is. With this position, they're asking for an associate's degree in computer science or similar technical field, 3 years providing end user support to people. You do need to have like some soft skills like project management because you're going to be, do likely there will be a ticketing system where you are being assigned different tickets and you're resolving issues, escalating as needed, and so forth. So that's really what this role is about. Okay, so with this position, they do talk about flexible hours. The operational hours is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., so which gives you a little bit of flexibility to probably start early, end early, or start a little bit later and end, which is like 8 p.m. So those are the roles, guys. I am really excited that Medics have actually opened up some new opportunities because in the past I've heard really good feedback from my viewers about Medics. So I'm excited to be doing a video on them again. I'm going to be putting the exact links into the description of this video. So please go and submit your applications right away. Please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and share with your friends and families. And definitely turn your notification bell on if you are actively looking for a new opportunity. So I hope these leads continue to be helpful to you. Okay. So thank you again so much for watching. Till next time, I will catch you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.